Hello, everyone. We are Group 8. Today, we are here for our risk management plan presentation for National Botanics INC. So this is our team, myself, Kartika, with me today, Sandra, Vinaya, Amalraj, and Ashok. So let's have an introduction about our company and why we looking up to this risk management plan. We are a Canadian manufacturer and distributor of vegan skincare. Our headquarters is at London, Ontario. Our operation is all in domestic and international sites, domestic like DTC and retail partnership, and international e-commerce and wholesale. So why the risk management? So we are currently expanding to across North America, and its exposure to B2B and B2C legal risk. Need of proactive and mitigation strategy for our operational enhancement. So that's why we are looking into this risk management plan for our company's future progress in North America and its expansion all over the world. So in this risk management plan, we did a high level overview of potential legal and operational risk. So it is categorized in depend on its likelihood and impact, and we are giving an overall rating for each risk. In this one, we consider six risks. First one is intellectual property infringement, employment law complaints, product liability and sale of goods, advertising and marketing complaints, privacy and data protection, and environment complaints. Among these six risks, the product liability and sales of goods having very high overall rating with a very high likelihood and impact very high. Along with that, intellectual property infringement and advertising and marketing complaints and privacy data protection also having overall rating very high. So we are now implementing a strategic plan to mitigate or reduce the effect of this risk in our organization so that we can enhance our operations and compete with the competitors in a very better way. So from here, Sandra will explain the risk and the solutions we are used to mitigate the risk.
Thank you, Kartika. Coming on to the first risk, which is intellectual property infringement. So this risk is mainly associated with the counterfeit products and the brand imitation in the markets. So the key laws associated with this risk are Trademarks Act of Canada and the Madrid Protocol. So some of the recommendations given are to register the trademarks in all jurisdictions, then to monitor the online platforms for infringement, and to include IP protection and to conduct regular IP audits. So these are the main recommendations through which we can resolve this risk. Now, coming on to the second risk, which is employment law compliance. So this is associated with the workplace safety, wage disputes, wrongful termination claims. So the laws associated with are Employment Standards Act of Ontario, Occupational Health and Safety Act. So some of the recommendations advisable for this solving or to manage or mitigate these risks are, first one is like continuous training for all the employees and the staffs. Second one is to have well documented employment agreements and policies. And the last one is like, which is very important, to have regular audits to identify the gaps and to bridge it. Now over to Vinaya.
Thank you, Sandra. As Kartika told, product liability and sales goods has the high risk in an overall. This refers to potential tort claims, especially negligence if a customer is injured or suffers an allergic reaction. Under a Sale of Goods Act in Ontario, certain employees' warranties like fitness for purpose apply. To mitigate liability, we maintain a traceable lot code system for rapid recalls, insert limitations of liability and warranty disclaimers clause in contracts, and also secure comprehensive product liability insurance of at least $5 million. Moving on to the next risk, it is advertising and marketing compliance. Here, the exposure comes from false or misleading representations under the Competition Act in Canada and the US, FTC's Truth in Advertising rules. Non-compliance can lead to regulatory penalties and indemnity claims. Our controls include publication legal review of all marketing materials, retention of substantiation evidence for product claims, and also clear disclaimers for subjective statements. These measures protect the company's legal position, limit financial exposure, and maintain regulatory compliance. Now I'm moving to handing it over to Amal Raj.
Thank you, Vinaya. Looking at the risk, that's number 5, it's privacy and data protection, which is a very high risk that we evaluated. Uh, the risk is data breaches and causing significant fines and reputation harm. Uh, Looking at this risk that is concerned to the privacy and data protection, we provide recommendations such as vendor security compliance audits on a regular basis, notifying the customers within the 48 hours of any breach that is happening, and the compliance with PIPEDA and CCPA in accordance with the privacy and data protections. The key laws that we took here is the PIPEDA for Canada and CCPA for California, USA, and the GDPR for EU operations. Looking at the risk number 6, it's environmental compliance with a moderate risk. The risk is associated with the failure to meet provincial EPR packaging rules and sustainable goals. The vendor selection and looking at the vendor selection, where work exclusive with EPR registered and eco-friendly vendors is one of the recommendations that we could provide. And as part of the eco-friendly packaging, prioritizing biodegradable and recyclable packaging materials are one of the ways that we could mitigate this risk. And staff awareness, by implementing staff awareness and training programs on sustainable practices to the staffs and human resources in the firm, we can ensure that this risk never come across. And the key laws are Environmental Protection Acts for Ontario and EPR Extended Producer Responsibility Regulations across all provinces in Canada. Moving to Ashok.
Yeah. So I'm going to talk about the conclusions. Sustaining growth starts with protecting brand integrity. Proactive legal compliance isn't just about avoiding penalties, it's about preventing the trust that fuels long-term success through integrated risk mitigation, combining preventive policies with stronger contractual safeguards. We can reduce risk before they escalate, and with the continuous vigilance, ongoing training, regular audits, and active monitoring, we ensure that protection is maintained over time. And when compliance, safeguard, and vigilance work together, we build a trusted brand that can grow with confidence for years to come. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.